Hmm. That's so much random shit to get. Hmm. Why don't I let you move the placement of it? Guess I'm getting a dress. What you doing, Cooper? Oh, come on. Cooper? Smell. Let's see that. Let's try something.
Welcome to the rugged beauty of Westfall, dear wanderer, where golden fields stretch as far as the eye can see, and tales of heroism resonate through the winds. As the lawmaster of Westfall, I invite you to delve into the heart of this land, where farming communities stand defiant against adversity. Together, we shall uncover the secrets that lie within the weathered barns and abandoned homesteads, unveiling the legacy of resilience that defines this humble region. In an era shadowed by the echoes of past conflicts, before Westfall was ensnared by the grip of bitter humans and the tumultuous tides of war, this realm flourished as a beacon of prosperity and sustenance. Once a thriving expanse that nourished the kingdom of Stormwind, Westfall's fertile fields and abundant mines contributed to the support of a realm recovering from the ravages of the Second War. But the wailing winds of fate would soon usher in a time of turmoil and discord. As the smoke of battle cleared from the skies, the Defias Brotherhood emerged from the shadows. Led by the cunning Edwin Van Cleef, the Brotherhood's ambitions led them to clash with the defenders of Elwyn Forest, only to meet with defeat. Seeking refuge and a new realm to claim, the Brotherhood's gaze fell upon Westfall. The soil of this land, already scarred by the Horde's ravages, proved fertile ground for the seeds of dissent sown by the Brotherhood. As Stormwind's resources and attention waned, the Defias Brotherhood seized their opportunity, launching a ruthless campaign that left Westfall's farms in ruin and its people displaced. The Brotherhood's ranks, composed of thieves and brigands, struck fear into the hearts of those who remained, wielding both superstitious tactics and sabotage to further their grip over the land. The farmers, still haunted by the horrors of past Orcish invasions, could offer little resistance against the cunning and ruthless Brotherhood. With their homes and fields seized, Westfall's inhabitants found themselves at the mercy of this newfound threat. Unbeknownst to the rulers of Stormwind, already grappling with myriad challenges, the true peril posed by Westfall escaped their notice. The rulers' attention was claimed by the looming specters of orcs, undead and demons, leaving the defenseless realm at the mercy of the Brotherhood. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, the leaders of the Defias Brotherhood remain hidden, scheming with danger and deceit. The chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of the People's Militia. Comprising volunteers from all walks of life, this fledgling military force valiantly took up arms against the Brotherhood's tyranny. As the Alliance sought to mend its fragmented unity, the heroes of the People's Militia embarked on a crusade to reclaim Westfall from the clutches of the insidious Brotherhood. In this land once overflowing with abundance, the tale of Westfall echoes with the poignant reminder that even in the midst of darkness, courage and unity can flourish. Today, the battle for Westfall rages on, an ongoing struggle between those who would liberate the land from oppression and those who seek to maintain their invaded territory. As adventurers set foot upon its soil, they are beckoned to uncover the truths that lay hidden and to rise as champions in the face of adversity. The plains, swept by the wind, the deserted farm fields hold both the weight of a storied past and the potential of a thriving future. Will you answer the call and venture forth into the heart of Westfall's intriguing struggle? Let our journey commence. The land itself, once a picturesque expanse of rolling pastures, has now transformed into a harsh new reality. Yellowed grass and once fertile fields now harbour mechanical harvest watchers gone rogue and carrion birds that scavenge the remnants of the barren landscape. Westfall, a former gem of agriculture, gave rise to the notorious Defias Brotherhood. These renegades, shrouded in secrecy, exploit their influence over the region. Members of the Defias Brotherhood are scattered throughout the zone, found at many abandoned farms. Rumors whisper of a hidden mine controlled by the Brotherhood, a source of their strength nestled within the small town of Moonbrook. Westfall has become a home for various dangerous creatures. Within the desolate grasslands, wild coyotes prowl in search of unsuspecting prey. The region is also inhabited by formidable gore-tusk boars, known for their sharp tusks and robust physique, as well as vulture flesh rippers. These creatures are often pursued for their meat, which plays a crucial role in Westfall's renowned stew. Westfall's climate mimics that of its neighboring Elwyn Forest, with mild temperatures tempered by the winds that howl in from the sea and duskwood. Farmers who still till these lands struggle to maintain their livelihoods, enduring constant threats from bandits and groups of gnolls. These unbroken plains offer little resistance to the cutting gusts, challenging those who call Westfall home. Bordering Elwyn Forest within the Kingdom of Stormwind to the east, Westfall is home to a population of humans who refuse to yield to their oppressors under the Alliance's lacking control of the region. A rather dangerous footpath also stretches from Sentinel Hill to Raven Hill in the shadowy realm of Duskwood. Westfall boasts a proportionally long coastline, mainly inhabited by murlocs, that is tenderly touched by the waters of the Great Seas. Although Stormwind claims Westfall as its rightful domain, the city's resources are spread thin, rendering it unable to mount a successful reclamation effort. The People's Militia at Sentinel Hill, rallying those who are willing to take up arms against the Defiers Brotherhood's tyranny. Yet the struggle against overwhelming odds continues, and the farmers' calls for Alliance aid often go unanswered. Adventurers journeying to Westfall enter these lands by crossing a small bridge from the woodlands of Elwyn Forest. The transition is stark, from the serenity of one region to the turmoil that plagues the lands ahead. Our arrival coincides with an encounter that underscores the strife that has come to define this place. Here, on the fringes of the region, lies the Furlbrow's farm. A place once teeming with life has fallen into the clutches of the Defiers Brotherhood. The air is thick with tension and a sense of unease as the once picturesque landscape now bristles with mechanical harvest watchers and ravenous wildlife. Amidst the trouble, we come across the Furlbrows, a couple who chose to depart Westfall after the Defiers Brotherhood overran their farm. Unfortunately, their wagon broke down on the journey to Elwyn Forest. Verna Furlbrow, a warm-hearted farm woman, shares her tale with passing adventurers. Her horse, Old Blanchy, hasn't eaten for days, burdened by weariness and the marks of countless journeys. Verna asks for a small kindness, to fetch oats from the fields to revive Old Blanchy's spirit. The travelers, moved by the bond between them, agreed. With each handful of oats, the weary horse's vitality rekindled, proving the power of a simple act of compassion. Theodore Furlbrow, with a heavy heart, sought the return of his stolen pocket watch, an heirloom lost in the chaos that had befallen Furlbrow's pumpkin patch. Farmer Furlbrow, his voice tinged with sorrow, recounts the story to any willing ear. The pocket watch was a gift from Verna Furlbrow's father on the day of their wedding. Along the fields where pumpkins once thrived, the watch now lay hidden within a wardrobe, guarded by Benny Blanco, a bandit in service of the Defiers Brotherhood. With unwavering resolve, the travelers confront Benny Blanco, recovering the cherished item. The pocket watch, a symbol of love and commitment, had weathered the storm, patiently awaiting its reunion with its rightful owner. With the item held close, the traveler retraced their steps to the farm, returning it to Theodore Furlbrow. Our journey leads us further inland to the Saldine Farm, an anomaly in Westfall. Unlike most other farms that fell victim to the Brotherhood's clutches, this homestead remained standing, albeit surrounded by fields patrolled by the Defiers harvest watchers. Farmer Saldine and his wife Salma, unwavering in their determination, refused to abandon their home. Despite the ever-present danger, their farmhouse doubled as a haven for weary travelers, becoming a refuge of hope in these troubled times. The farmer, an artisan bread baker and salesman, seeks our aid in reclaiming his farm from the iron grip of the malfunctioning automatons. He implores a willing soul to aid him in this quest, setting forth the task of vanquishing the harvest watchers, the unwelcome intruders who have claimed the farmland. With purpose in their stride, the chosen adventurers embark on this undertaking, battling against the odds to restore the land to its rightful state. As days passed, the travelers worked tirelessly to rid the farm grounds of the mechanical watchers, facing the challenges of the land head-on. Gratitude filled the farmer's words as he rewarded the adventurer, hoping that their valiant effort might herald the return of prosperity to Westfall. By his side stands his wife, Salma Saldine, a fierce and steadfast woman. Salma seeks assistance in creating the famed Westfall stew, a culinary masterpiece that relies on a medley of ingredients, including a couple of portions of stringy vulture meat, some gore-tusk snouts, a few murloc eyes, and a handful of okra. The desire to craft this dish reflects the couple's commitment to their home and guests, weaving a tale of communal support. As the aromatic blend of ingredients melds together, a bond forms between the helpers and the Saldines, culminating in a rewarding feast and a shared sense of achievement. While we are on the verge of leaving the Saldine farm, an unexpected encounter unfolds. A cheerful chicken approaches, its feathers ruffling gently in the breeze. It trails alongside, casting curious glances at farmer Saldine, occasionally pecking the ground with its beak and shuffling its feet in a playful manner. There's an air of purpose about the bird. Its gaze locks onto you for a moment, and then it begins to carve into the earth with its sharp claws. Intriguingly, it's shaping the letters as if spelling out a message. The letters formed look oddly familiar, S-A-L-D-E-A-N. Before you realize what happened, the chicken pivots away, resumes its typical activities. Just then, Farmer Saldine approaches us with a knowing smile. This chicken is a cherished member of the farm, and it thrives on the special chicken feed that can exclusively be purchased from none other than Farmer Saldine himself. He is the sole vendor of this unique product within the entire Alliance faction. Casting a fond gaze at the chicken, you set down a portion of the feed, which the bird eagerly devours. However, a sudden change comes over the chicken. It glances around with a hint of alarm, uncomfortably shuffling back and forth. Acting on your instincts, you bend down to inspect beneath the feathered creature. A heartwarming surprise awaits. An adorable companion emerges from the protection of an eggshell. The adventurers are overcome with joy, knowing that this newfound friend will accompany them on their journey through the upcoming adventures that still await us in this part of the world of Azeroth. Venturing to Westfall's southeastern fringes, the path leads us to Claven's Tower, a shadowy sentinel that dominates the landscape. Named after its rogue master, Claven Mortwake, the tower is situated near the Nasferiti River and to the north of the Dagger Hills. It has become notorious for its association with Defias Brotherhood activities, including smuggling stolen goods from the Red Ridge Mountains. This mage tower's reputation has led it to also be referred to as the Defias Tower. As the leader of Stormwind's intelligence division, Matthias Shaw is summoning brave adventurers to journey into the towering structure and confront its resident leader. After becoming a member of the Defias Brotherhood, Claven Mortwake managed to acquire a Zanzil poison through the Venture Company, which possesses the eerie ability to raise the dead. This is exemplified by the malformed Defias strings. Originally dispatched by Matthias to eliminate Mortwake, the agent was instead discovered safeguarding the tower as an undead atrocity. The traveler's mission was clear: infiltrate the area, obtain the Defias Tower key from an undead guardian, and uncover the secrets harbored within a chest in the top of the tower. The Zanzil trolls of Stranglethorn held the power to raise the dead through poison. With newfound knowledge, the traveler returned to Matthias Shaw, the bearer of revelations that could shift the balance of power in this tumulus region. Nestled in the heart of Westfall, we come across Sentinel Hill, a testament to the Alliance's resilience. At the pinnacle of Sentinel Hill, the Sentinel Tower acts as a guardian, its watchful gaze surveying the surrounding landscape. Within the tower's sturdy walls reside the leaders of the People's Militia, a group led by the resolute Gryan Stoutmantle. As a human paladin, Hailing from the esteemed Order of the Silver Hand, Stoutmantle's presence exudes authority and righteousness. He isn't just a commander, he is the embodiment of the Alliance's commitment to justice. From his vantage point atop Sentinel Tower, Stoutmantle orchestrates the People's Militia's efforts to mend the wounds inflicted by the Defias Brotherhood, whose actions had plunged Westfall into chaos. During a fateful encounter with the Defias courier, the adventurers intercept a message, confirming Van Cleef's identity and cementing Gryan's suspicions. Through meticulous detective work, Stoutmantle unraveled the Brotherhood's sinister ties and identified Edwin Van Cleef as the kingpin of the Defias organization. Simultaneously, the People's Militia apprehended a Defias traitor who disclosed the long-concealed location of the Brotherhood's elusive hideout. Emboldened by the truth brought to light, the adventurers joined forces with the People's Militia and embarked on a journey that would reshape the course of the Brotherhood's narrative. Our resolute steps led us to the seemingly abandoned town of Moonbrook, where the invaluable information gleaned from the Defias traitor directs us to the entrance of the Dead Mines, cunningly concealed beneath the very foundations of Moonbrook. Beneath the surface of Westfall and stretching into the northwestern reaches of Stranglethorn Vale lies the intricate labyrinth known as the Dead Mines. It is within these shadowed passages that the Defias Brotherhood's intricate machinations unfold, orchestrated by the ambitious Edwin Van Cleef. Edwin Van Cleef, once the spearhead of the Stonemasons Guild, held a pivotal role in rebuilding Stormwind City, following the First War's devastating Horde assault. Yet, a clash with the House of Nobles over restitution propelled him to establish the sinister Defias Brotherhood, seeking vengeance for their perceived injustices. Deep within these mines in the ironclad cove, with goblins as unlikely allies, Van Cleef assembles a formidable juggernaut, a large armored battleship equipped with heavy cannons. Edwin's aspirations with the Defias juggernaut are both alarming and perilous. Van Cleef aims to showcase the Brotherhood's potency by unleashing the colossal war machine upon Stormwind. This act not only sought to deliver a crippling blow to the Alliance, but also to galvanize the downtrodden citizens against the ruling elite. As the footsteps of these brave adventurers take them into the depths of the Dead Mines, they confront Edwin Van Cleef and his accomplices. The Defias Brotherhood may still cast a shadow over Westfall's lands, but a chance to bring back peace awaits. Mustering all their strength, they press forward to fulfill their mission, spurred by the rallying call of Gryan Stoutmantle. Their courage holds the potential to reshape the course of history. Exiting the depths of the Dead Mines through a series of tunnels, we enter a part of Westfall known as the Dagger Hills. This terrain is mostly uninhabited, save for Grimboo's Thunderbrew, a jovial dwarf from Karanos who now resides in these parts, and some of the fiercest Defias Brotherhood members, knuckle dusters, pathstalkers, and highwaymen. Our journey leads us to the quiet outskirts, where the ocean's embrace meets a small farm. Overlooking the expanse of Longshore, we are greeted by a modest house. Here, the lives of Daphne and Jordan Stillwell unfold, marked by a love that has weathered the storms of time and hardship. Daphne Stillwell, a woman with a heart of courage and a spirit untamed, tends to the farm in the absence of her husband, who had embarked on a journey to Ironforge. In the shadows of the Defias Brotherhood's sinister presence, Daphne's world was cast into uncertainty. Nevertheless, her resilience held strong, her hands not only picking apples from the trees, but also wielding a blade with the ferocity of a warrior. Here, in the southern reaches of the rugged lands of Westfall, where the coast meets the sea, the journey leads to the Westfall Lighthouse. Weathered by time and the relentless ocean winds, this used to be a beacon of hope for sailors navigating the treacherous waters. Yet the lighthouse holds a haunting secret beneath its solemn exterior. We come across Captain Grayson, a spectral echo of a once fierce pirate captain who was forever bound to the grounds surrounding the lighthouse. In life, Grayson had commanded a ship, sailing the open seas with a daring spirit. Unfortunately, fate had a different path for him. One decisive night, as storm clouds gathered and waves crashed against the jagged rocks, the lighthouse that should have guided him safely betrayed him. Its light had been extinguished, lost to the darkness of the night. The treacherous rocks tore into his vessel, bringing his seafaring days to a tragic end. In the afterlife, Grayson found himself lingering at the very lighthouse that had cost him everything. His ethereal existence was a reflection of his unfinished business, the need to set things right. Trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead, he watched as old Murkai took control of the lighthouse, snuffing out its occupants and guiding light once more. Haunted by his inability to protect the lighthouse in life, Grayson now found a new purpose in the afterlife. The responsibility to guard the lighthouse's flame fell upon his ethereal shoulders. His quest was no longer for gold or plunder, but to ensure that no others suffered the same grim fate that had befallen him. The lighthouse's tragic past and the restless spirit of Captain Grayson were intertwined with the need to bring an end to old Murkai's reign of terror. Armed with purpose and determination, the travelers venture along the coastline, vigilant for signs of the Murloc menace. With the battle's culmination, victory was seized from the jaws of danger. Old Murkai, whose reign had brought terror to the shores, now lay defeated. The scales of the vanquished Murloc became trophies of the travelers' triumph, tokens of a victory that resonated far beyond the sandy shores. Returning to Captain Grayson, the travelers' completion of the task at hand elicited a sense of closure for the spectre of the sea. The captain's gratitude was palpable, his words echoing with a sense of both relief and a somber understanding of the cycle of life and death. In the heart of Westfall's desolation, the Alexton farmstead is also under the control of the Defias Brotherhood's reign. Though their grip has loosened, the land remains haunted by mechanical harvest watchers, guardians of a past marked by chaos. Barros Alexton, now an esteemed architect in Stormwind City, traces his origins to this abandoned place, once his childhood home. A call to rekindle the flames of the past arrives in the form of a venture. The task at hand, to recover Barros' purpose and other belongings from the burnt ruins of his family's farmhouse. Guided by nostalgia, adventurers journey to the desolate farmstead, discovering the compass hidden within a long-forgotten chest. The compass, though of little practical use to Barros, is a symbol of his roots, and its return evokes gratitude. As Cathedral Square's bustling life contrasts with Westfall's emptiness, the compass is returned. Barros's eyes reflect both the weight of memories and the joy of reconnection as he clutches the artifact. The adventurer's deed, a bridge between past and present, assures that amidst mechanical sentinels and ruined fields, the spirit of Alexton Farmstead endures, anchored by a token of humble beginnings. Departing from the Alexton Farmstead, the Gold Coast Quarry and Django Lode mine come into view. Now a desolate scar upon the land, these mines were once a coveted gem in the crown of the Kingdom of Stormwind. The glittering promise of gold and precious minerals had drawn in countless souls, fueling the prosperity of the region. But the passage of time saw the once thriving quarries decline into decay. The Defias Brotherhood seized the opportunity to establish their dominion within its tunnels. For years, they clung to these underground halls like vengeful ghosts. In their wake emerged a new presence, the kobolds. These mischievous subterranean creatures, often underestimated, cunningly asserted their claim over the mine. The tunnels that once echoed with pickaxes now resounded with the kobolds' gleeful chittering as they busily amassed their own trove of precious stones. As our grand expedition through Westfall nears its conclusion, the journey leads us further to the coast of Longshore. As gulls soar overhead, their cries mingle with the lapping of waves. Here, the ebb and flow of life, like the tides themselves, continued undisturbed by the struggles that had played out in the heart of the land. In the salty air of the coastal lands, the legend of Captain Sanders' hidden treasure whispered like the wind through the rugged cliffs of Westfall. The tale began with the death of an old sailor, his adventures concluding in the depths of the sea. His legacy endured, carried forth by those seeking riches beyond imagination. The first clue leads the intrepid adventurers to the western coast of Westfall, where shipwrecks sprawled like forgotten memories. Amidst the wreckage, a solitary rusty anchor stood as a sentinel of the past. Half buried in the sand nearby, the adventurers find the footlocker, its lid groaning open to reveal not gold, but a clever crab carrying the next hint in its claws. Embarking on the second leg of the quest, the treasure hunters journey eastward, scaling the coastal hills and traversing worn roads. Their steps lead them to the ruins of an ancient chimney, where an old barrel awaited, harboring yet another riddle to unravel. Within the barrel, a piece of parchment guides us further. With each clue deciphered, the seekers are driven by an intoxicating mix of curiosity and desire. As the seekers follow the trail of breadcrumbs, a landscape of memories and forgotten relics unfolds. The third clue directs them northward, like compass needles pointing toward adventure. Upon the windswept sea bluffs, a lone windmill overlooks the vastness of the ocean. Beside it, an empty jug concealed the next step on this journey. The connection between past and present deepened with each revelation, and the treasure seemed within reach. The final clue, etched with the fading ink of Captain Sanders himself, reads, "Now that you've found me old whiskey jug, you're almost to the treasure. Just face west from the bottle and walk down to the shore. Once you get to the water, keep going. Swim straight west till you find the island with me treasure chest." With resolve in their hearts, the explorers begin to swim against the currents, their eyes fixed on the horizon of the sea. And there, amid the secrets of the ocean, Captain Sanders' chest appears as the culmination of their efforts. Rusty hinges surrendered to determination, and within the chest, riches glittered like memories revived. The seekers have transcended time, becoming part of the legend themselves, as they claimed the long-lost treasure and whispered their own tales into the ever-present winds. The journey through Westfall has been a test of courage, resilience, and camaraderie. From the golden farm fields to the depths of the dead mines, the legacy of Westfall is one of hardship, but also of hope. As adventurers, you've delved into the essence of this land, uncovering its secrets, meeting its heroes, and reclaiming its treasures. Accompanying you on this extraordinary journey as the lore master of Westfall is an honor I cherish. Just as Westfall's story continues to unfold, so too does your own. Thus, dear wanderer, as you leave these lands behind and venture forth into new horizons, remember the lessons learned from this province of trials.